Welcome to the laboratory again. Here in episode 2, I am Dr. Makita von Linear Equation. Come closer, as today we use the skin and the cells of a snake to look at the protein structure of the virus and how we can solve the mystery of quarantine.
Professor H here. So as you can see, I had to take some notes. I had a very suspicious person come to my lab. Dressed in a hazmat suit, he came in claiming that he needed to clean my lab. He said that it usually takes 3 hours to clean 1,200 square yards, and that it would take 1.5 hours for him to clean my lab. But my lab is only 600 square feet. How many minutes should it take him to clean my lab?
What up, my quarantine math people? Back at it again today. We have an awesome question from Mr. H, and we need to find out whether or not this guy was trying to break into our lab or whether or not he is being truthful. He said he needed typically 3 hours to clean 1,200 square yards. He's estimating it should take an hour and a half, but our lab is only 600 feet. So right off the bat, I see a little bit of an issue here. I see square yards and square feet. So there's a lot of different ways you can get to the answer. You're going to have to do all the same steps. You could do it in different orders. It's really however you solved it, as long as you're showing your work is correct. I'm going to show it a certain way. If you did it a different order, that's totally fine too. So the first thing I want to do is I want to write my statement, right? So I'm going to say it will take blank minutes to clean the lab. So I actually have a couple different things going on here. First of all, I know I'm looking for anything about minutes. I don't see minutes, but I do see hours. So I have two types of conversions I need to do. I see hours in minutes, and I see square yards in square feet. So I know it's going to take 3 hours to clean 1,200 square yards. So the first thing I want to do is I want to turn this into 1 hour. So I'm going to divide 3 hours divided by 3. Okay, that's going to give me 1 hour. And whatever I do to my hours, I also have to do to my square yards. So 1,200 square yards divided by 3 is going to give me 400 square yards. It's always easier for me to work with a unit ratio. Really what this is a ratio, but some of us don't have that knowledge yet, so I'm going to try to avoid using that terminology. So now I have 1 hour, which 1 hour is really easy to turn into minutes because that is going to be 60. So in 60 minutes, the man can clean 400 square yards. Now that doesn't tell me how long it's going to take to clean 600 square feet yet because I have square yards. So I need to turn my square yards into square feet. Some of you probably made the mistake of multiplying by 3 because you know that there is 3 feet in 1 yard, right? That's what your teachers have taught you. That's what your teachers taught you when you were in school, all right? However, that is not the case because this is square yards. So we have to go back to what we know about area, and let me draw a square here as much as I can, all right? And so if I have a square yard, what that means is I have 2 dimensions. I have length and width, okay? Now that's important because 3 square feet does not equal 1 square yard, all right? So here's my 1 square yard, and I know that my square yard is 1 yard by 1 yard, right? My 2 dimensions, my length and my width, are both going to be 1 yard if this is a square yard. Well, 1 yard is really equal to 3 feet. So both of these yards, if I want to convert this to square feet, would be 3 feet. If I do my array, or if I use my area formula like I could now, if I have 3 feet by 3 feet, that means 1 square yard is actually equal to 9 square feet. It takes 9 square feet to cover the same amount of 1 square yard. Again, because each of my dimensions is no longer going to be 1 yard, it's going to be 3 feet. So 3 times 3 would be 9. So if I need to turn 400 square yards into feet, if I need to turn 400 square yards into square feet, I need to multiply by 9. So let me draw a tape diagram down here to prove what I'm thinking. I know that I have 400 square yards. Okay, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 400 square yards. And each square yard is going to be 9 feet. So how many feet is 400 square yards? So I'm going to do 400 groups of 9. That's a repeat addition multiplication question. So 400 times 9 is 3,600 square feet. So I just converted square yards to square feet by multiplying by groups of 9. Now I know for 60 minutes he can clean 3,600 square feet. So right now I know this is a bad estimate because he told us it would take him 1 1/2 hours. And this is 3,600 square feet. We only have 600 square feet. So that's way too long of an estimate. So he is definitely an evil spy from somewhere. I don't know what it is. But we haven't answered our math question yet. How many minutes would it take to clean the lab? So let me rewrite this down here. Okay. So I have 60 minutes, and that is going to equal 3,600 square feet. I need to figure out, okay, well, 3,600 square feet, how can I turn that into 600 square feet? So if I divide by 6 here, 3,600 square feet divided by 6 is going to give me 600 square feet. Okay, so whatever I do to this side, I also have to do the other side. So if I divide 60 divided by 6, that gives me an answer of 10 minutes. It should only take the person 10 minutes to clean our lab of 600 square feet. So a lot of different conversions going on here, okay? Understanding square yards and square feet and why that's different than converting yards to feet, and then being able to figure out that really what you're doing is a ratio. We try to solve it without using the term ratio. All right, so it should take 10 minutes to clean our lab of 600 square feet. Thank you so much for checking us out. We hope you'll join us for our next episode next week, episode 3, Quarantine Math from the Lab, where we continue to try to solve the mystery of quarantine. As always, stay safe, do math. I'm out.